Can my screen be seen?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Clear.
you so much. Yes. So today we are going to be dealing with the art of presenting. The art of presenting. Presenting. My name is Fareed Osman, just as it has already been mentioned, and I'm going to be with you for this session. Now, this is going to be the outline of our session. We're going to deal with the overview generally of slide making tools. We're also going to deal with some elements that you would find in a good slide. Also, we'll talk about some resources for slide making. We'll also talk about some do's and don'ts of presenting. And then we will go through some AI tools that can be used for PPT generation. Then we'll have a recap. Now, to begin with, just an overview of slide making tools. A lot of us here are students, and as a result, we have been through one way or the other, we have gone through presentations. And generally, it's just a demonstration, or it's a lecture, or it's a speech that you are doing to try and inform someone or try and persuade whoever that you are presenting to that what you have to give or what you have to tell them or what you have to tell them is understandable. And generally, these presentations, they require a lot of preparation. You need to organize a lot of things, and you need to be ready to use visual aids to answer questions and other things. And sometimes it can be a little stressful, it can be a little difficult. That is why we're here. And going on, I'll talk about a few tools. Generally, I believe that all of us here have used Microsoft PowerPoint before. That is like the de facto slide maker when it comes to presentations. And there it is. But then there's also Google Slides that is available. And then there's Canva. And also, especially by virtue of the fact that we are in China, we're also exposed to WPS. And generally, these softwares, they are very specialized in a way that they try to focus on make things user friendly, make things as easy as possible, whilst also giving advanced features so that you can make your presentations as good as you want them to be. Now, I want us to talk about some key elements. If you want to make a good slide, if you want to make a very good slide, first of all, you have to ensure that it has a good layout. And you have to place emphasis on a clean layout. And it shouldn't be very cluttered. And this one, I believe that I'm not the first one mentioning it. Everybody talks about it. Make sure your PPT is not crowded. Make sure it is clean. Make sure it is clean. Because it is that important. If you have elements, if there are several lines, whatever you're presenting on the slide, it should be well spaced. It should be well spaced. Also, you should be consistent about it. Try to maintain uniform fonts. Or if you're using colors, try to maintain uniform colors. If you're using some particular style, try to maintain that. It is so important. And just as important as the consistency is the readability. Make sure that you are choosing the fonts that are good enough. Sometimes you might think, okay, I'm doing the slides, I'm sitting right in front of the computer and I can see it. So that is fine. But then you get to wherever you're doing your presentation and then they will project it and the people at the back can't see anything. It is something that a lot of people do not put into context when they are making PPTs, because from their viewpoint, they can see everything. And they fail to consider if it's blown up on a large screen and there are people far back. So make sure that whatever you are presenting is readable. Choose an appropriate text. And then most importantly, the contrast. the contrast is also very important. Make sure that the text and the background do not have similar colors so that they can stand out, they can stand apart. A lot of these things that I'll talk about in the end, we'll go through a practical session, so that will also be helpful. Let me just move on. And then lastly, the visual appeal. The visual appeal is a key element to a good slide. Make sure that you are incorporating images or graphics, icons, different graphical elements that will make the slides engaging, that will not make them boring. And all those things fit into the general puzzle piece to make your slide a very good one. Now, moving on. Just as we have discussed how we can get some slides done, we are also there to see that there are some different ways, there are different resources. Generally, everybody knows that to make slides, you need text, or you need your content. And generally, before you start making a slide, then you already have that content. Whether it's your research, it's a proposal, whatever it is, that content is already there. But then there are other resources that you need to make sure that the slide comes together nicely. And one of such resources is graphics and image resources. Graphics and image resources. Now, in our dispensation as students, most of the time when we are presenting something, it has to do with work. It has to do with your research, your schoolwork. So most of the time we would have images already. Probably you do some experiments in the lab, you have pictures of your experimental setup, or you have pictures of whatever results that you have gotten from the experiments. If it's data analysis that you have done, you have graphs, maybe pie charts, bar charts, any other analysis that you make, you have pictorial representations of those ones. And those are good. And you can just put them in your presentation. However, if in a slide or in a type of presentation that you require generic images, there's always Google. There's always Google. You can just go in there and then find some pictures and then put your slide. But then again, there's the issue of copyright infringement. And in that case, these let me try and see if I can turn on the pointer. Okay, let me just continue. But then you would notice that these three resources, unsplash.com, it's a website. Hello. Did someone say something?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. Hold on, I think someone has unmuted and is talking. So let me just mute the person.
Okay, thank you. So for images that are royalty free, or images that won't get you any issues with copyright, you can go to unsplash.com. You can check clean PNG.
Last time,
yeah, I am not. Sorry, I'm not the host.
Mr. Derek, please, can you unmute yourself, or the host can unmute? Please, we can continue.
Thank you so much. Yes, so you can use any of these resources to generate images, or you can just find them, search whatever image you're looking for, and then you get. And then there's even ChatGPT. You can give it prompts and it will generate images for you for your work. And then also there are templates and there are layouts. There are templates and there are layouts. Now, these templates are already made PowerPoint slides. They already made PowerPoint slides, and they are available. You can choose anyone that you want, anyone that matches your presentation style, whether you want it professional, it's academic, you want something creative, you want to do something for children. There are so many different kinds of templates, different kinds of layouts, and you can explore these even in our native PowerPoint softwares. There are templates available that you can take advantage of. You can also check slidesgo.com, slidescarnival.com, and PowerPoint School. These are very wonderful platforms. They are so useful. There are literally thousands of templates of PPTs that you can just go download freely and then edit and use it to do whatever presentation that you need to do. Now, we'll move on to the next item, which is some do's and some don'ts of presenting. Some do's and some don'ts of presenting. And this is also very important. I believe that some of the things I'm going to talk about, probably you have heard it before. You have heard it before. You know that it might not occur to you to actually implement them, but then they are equally as important. Now, always have a detailed outline. Always have a detailed outline. And that is going to come in handy very soon when we start the practical session. But then always have a detailed outline. Whatever presentation that you're going to have, I know that even me, I used to do it. Once the work is ready, I go through the work. Okay, this one can be in the PPT. The other one can be in the PPT. This one can be in the PPT. And that is what I will be doing. But then you realize that once you have your work, the base work that you have, it is important that go through it and then get a presentation outline from the work. Make notes from that work that will guide your presentation, and use this to practice your presentation delivery and the timing. So many times people get caught out because they are wasting time, and they tell them move on, and then in the end they try to compensate by speaking very fast, and they'll be fumbling, or
Sorry,
they won't
kindly
get
hold
the
on.
chance.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mauli was sharing his screen, so I wanted to turn it off so you can share yours. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Thank you. Or you might make a mistake because you are fumbling. But then if you practice your presentation, it's very important. You get the ability to know where your downfalls are, where the downsides are, where the advantages are, and then you'll be able to improve. And then also, it's important to engage the audience if necessary. There are some a lot of the students here who are doing masters, who are doing PhDs. It's not your proposal defense presentation that you're going to engage the professor, or you're going to engage the panel. In situations like that, just go deliver, and in the end, then they will ask you whatever questions that they have to ask you. But then if it is a different scenario, maybe it's in a more informal setting, and then you need to get questions from people, you need to get answers, get people's participation, then that is fine. You should engage. You should definitely engage the audience. It is something that you don't skimp out on. It's so important. And then as you're engaging the audience, try to maintain composure, try to maintain your body language. Don't be making wild gestures, or don't be walking up and down. A lot of those wild gestures, those wild composures, it takes people's attention from what you're presenting, and they tend to look at you. And in the end, you'll be talking to the air. So let us take note of these, and then let's also avoid overloading our slides. I have mentioned, if you overload your slides, people will lose focus because they can't really see what is going on. And then the fact that you are overloading the slides will also mean that you will tend to read from the slides. a lot of times people overload the slides because they haven't prepared, and so they can't put some key points and then elaborate on those points themselves. They need help, and they want all the help to be on the slide. And you tend to read, and people will get very bored. Nobody will be even listening to you. And then also try to avoid excessive and visually jarring animations. Sometimes one slide, the elements come like this, and then to go. Then the next slide, something is rolling over, something is somersaulting. Like, you've seen those slides. Like, each slide has a different animation. Each slide has a different and then eventually people will be so confused because it breaks the focus. It breaks the focus of the people that are listening or they are attentive to your presentation. So let us take note. And then also don't deviate from your studies, from your work. Don't deviate. Don't deviate. Stay on topic. Stay on topic. Sometimes in the middle of the presentation, and it will occur to you that there's something that you actually need to explain to be able to move forward. But then in trying to do so, you end up deviating from the main thing that you are presenting. And that also breaks focus. It breaks focus. And going back to the top, if you have a detailed outline or notes on what you want to present and you have practiced, then it's not likely that you will deviate. You almost always stay on topic. And then finally, don't panic. Don't panic. Stay calm. All of us here that are listening is either yourself or you know somebody that panics when they hear presentation. They have fine. Sometimes somebody isn't used to making presentations or doing presentations. That is fine. But then others too, they have been doing it. It's not the first time doing presentations, but every time they panic, they'll be shaking, they'll be fumbling, and then in the end, even if they have something good to present to the panel, they will lose focus because in the end, the people are just wondering why is this person afraid of us? Why is this person shaking? Like, even now the person's hand is shaking or the person's voice is wavering. So it is important. It is important. It's important that we try to stay calm. Try not to panic. Try not to panic. Try not to panic. Now, this is the main reason why we're here today. This is the main reason why we're here today. Now, we are going to look at some AI tools for PPT creation. Some AI tools for PPT creation. And I want us to look at these three. I want us to look at these three. You have the Gamma app, you have Slides Go, and presentations.ai. Now, these tools, they use artificial intelligence to automatically generate presentation content based on your inputs. Like these three tools, they make PowerPoint look very, very archaic. It doesn't take from the fact that PowerPoint is good. PowerPoint is amazing. PowerPoint does things that these ones can't do. But I'm starting from here, then we'll come and land back on PowerPoint, as in Microsoft PowerPoint itself. But then these tools, yes, they are there. They use AI to automatically generate presentation content based on your inputs, based on your prompts. And they offer a wide variety of templates that will suit so many different kinds of styles, so many different kinds of purposes. And you can customize themes for them, you can change colors, play with the layouts to your satisfaction. And then also some of these ones, they have integration abilities. So you can put them inside your PowerPoint software and then use it side by side. Some of them also work with Google Slides if that is what you also use. And then most importantly, it saves you a lot of time. It will save you so much time because some of the little things that you may have to do manually, this can automate it for you. Basically, I've mentioned almost all the advantages. Yes, it saves time, it enhances your design quality, it's user-friendly, and it's consistent. It's consistent. If you pick one style, to make sure that it will adjust the content of all the slides in the entire PPT, which is very, very important. But then it has limited creativity. I mentioned something in the chat that I mentioned something previously that these tools may make PowerPoint look archaic, but then there are things PowerPoint can do that this one can't do. One example is limited creativity. Now, PowerPoint is so vast. There are so many things that PowerPoint can do that the average person hasn't even scratched the surface of it. So that is one limit of these AI tools. And then they also have customization limits. Just like I mentioned. You might find some templates that are available, but then those templates might be limited in the way that you may want to customize them specifically to suit your needs. And then also there's data privacy concerns. You see, I mentioned that these ones you give them prompts and then they will generate slides for you. If you have some very important information, or maybe you have some sensitive research information, and you put it in there to probably generate slides for you, then you have the risk. You have the risk of your data being out there. So let us take note of that. And then also you need internet. You need the internet to be there before these things will be able to work. Yeah. And yes, as I mentioned, this is going to be a practical demonstration session. So I am going to stop sharing this PPT and then go into my browser app, and you can all follow me as you go ahead. And in this demonstration, I'll try my best to be active in the chat box so that if there are any questions that are coming up, I can just answer them and then we move along. If you have your computers with you, you can also just follow along. You don't need to install any software. You don't need to install any extra software. It is solely on the web. The only drawback might be that some of these websites might require VPN or not. I haven't really confirmed. So as we are going into this, you can confirm with me. So thank you so much for this. Give me a moment. Let me just. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Before we go into the demonstration session, there are a few questions in the chat I would like to ask you. So the first question is from King. He wants to know if the website for what the websites are for the AI tools. Like if you have
Yes,
like the URL AI tools, yeah.
Yes, I am. All those will be provided. All those I'll provide all those things. So let me just put them in the chat right now. And then we will go through them one by one.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. And then the
You're
second
welcome.
question from Elizabeth, she wants to know if these tools are free.
Yes, they are free. And that is why I decided to use them for this demonstration. However, some of them require payment if you want to make if you want to do some rather more complex things, then you need to pay. But then mostly they're free. Mostly are free. So I'm going to put these in the chat box. I'm going to put
And
this in the
also,
chat box.
there is one question, and I think he's quite interested in your slides. He wants to know which AI tool you use for making your slides. Because they are pretty
Okay.
small.
Okay. For this one, I used PowerPoint. I used PowerPoint for these slides. If there's time, maybe I can walk us through how it was done. So I am putting some links in the group. Let me just add there.
Okay, there's a question from Mauli. He wants to know, sorry, he or she wants to know, can you upload your prepared manuscript for those apps to generate the PPT for you?
I am not sure it will be able to do that, because what I have noticed is that there's a limit to the amount of content you can feed it. However, we can try. Mauli, just take note of this, pay attention to this, and then we will move on to that. So we have Slides Go, we have presentations.ai, and then we have gamma.app. So I would want to walk us through. I would like to walk us through all of them one by one. Let me share my screen, and then we will do that. Can my screen be seen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Is it okay from everybody's end? Do I have to zoom in? Or this is okay?
Well, I believe it depends on the screen they are viewing from. But however, if you could zoom into the areas that are quite important that we need to pay attention to, then that will be great. But then if you want us to see the general overview layout, it's okay on my end.
Okay. All right. So this is slidesgo.com. Slidesgo.com. And this is how the interface looks like. This is how the interface looks like. We're going to start. We're going to start by. Obviously, you'd have to create an account. I have already done that here. So what we'll do now is that you can see.
If
Okay.
you want to click on a certain icon and then let us see the features, is it possible you can zoom to that icon so that when we are doing it by ourselves next time, we would pay attention to those ones?
Yes. I can do that. I can do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing that up. So this is the general area. This is the landing page of slidesgo.com. And at the top left corner, I believe this one is visible enough, there are a list of AI tools: AI presentation maker, AI PDF to PPT converter, icebreaker generator, and all other things. And then there are templates. So let me, maybe if I zoom in a little bit. Yes. So there are templates, and these templates help you with a PPT. So for example, you come to this template area, and then you want to make a PPT regarding business technology. So business technology, just click it. There's for medical, there's for marketing, and there's like just general stuff. So let me just use an example, maybe business technology. Just click on it like that. And then it brings up all the currently available templates. So there are so many, as you can see, the ones with the crown, that little yellow crown on it means that it is paid. Please, can my cursor be seen?
Yes, from my end, it can be seen.
Okay. Yes. So if you see any little crown, the little yellow crown, then it means that this one is a premium. This is a premium offering. But then there are so many others that are free. So let us use this one as an example, this tech startup. So you can see there's download. So I'll just click on it, and it's asking me, do I need to open the PPT in Google Slides, or do I need to open it in PowerPoint or Canva slides? So for me, I'm going to use PowerPoint. So I'll just click on it, and then it says your download will begin shortly. You may close this window as soon as the download has begun. And then that is good. It has started downloading. It has started downloading. It has started downloading. So it is done. Let me. Where is it? So let me just. So I'm just going to open it. I'm just going to open it, and then you can see that this is it. This is it, and it already has content, so you can put your titles here. You can put whatever details you want to put in there. Some have tables. There are other different designs, and let me just keep scrolling down. There are so many different things you can pick and match from. And the beautiful thing is that in a template like this, everything, you can edit everything. You can edit everything. You can edit everything. Even like all these little images, all these little elements, everything is editable. And it also gives you free icon packs at the end. And then some charts, some flow charts, some maps. Maybe you want to add a map to your PPT. You can get free like that. There are elements such as chat boxes, cameras, clouds. There are so many different elements, business icons. You want something that shows dollar, something that shows an airplane. Basically, this is it. This is for slides go when you want a template. And there are so many templates like this, not similar, but very different. Very different, depending on the type that you choose. So this is one aspect that I wanted to show you. That is for downloading the free templates. But then I'd want us to look at this. if you open Slides Go, you will see this button right under the search a template. Yes, you can also search for a template. Yes. But then you see this button here, AI Presentation Maker. That is what I want us to do today. So when you click on it, let me zoom out a little bit for everything to come. When you click on it, it says create your presentation. So we're going to do different things. We are going to do different things. For this Slides Go, it can accept direct inputs, direct prompts. You want it to do something, you type generate PPT, whatever, and it will come. If you have an outline of something that exists already, like what Maoli asked in the chat box, if he can upload his manuscript. If you have something that exists already, you can also upload it and it will analyze and it will generate a PPT accordingly. So let us look at this. For this one, let us all do something from scratch. So let me just do something. Maybe the topic is let me see. Let me just do something. Let me just say Chinese food culture. That is the topic. And I can choose the writing tone. You can make it fun. You can make it creative. It can be casual. It can be professional. It can be formal. I want it to be creative. I want it to be creative. So I choose the writing tone. The language, by default, when it's on automatic, it's English. So you can just choose like that. You can choose the number of slides. For me, 8 is too much. Let me just use 5, just for an example. And then here you can see that there are some styles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the main styles, but then you can customize them further as you go along. So let me just pick this one. It says simple meeting. Now, when it comes to the color, maybe I don't want something dark. I want something. So let me just pick this leadership seminar proposal. I like the colors, so I've just picked it. Then we go to geometry. What are you looking at? Is it like a type of internship report, or is it like a marketing playbook, or just like a simple formal consulting toolkit, or something? I'll just leave it at internship report. Now, here, when you come to professional, how do you want it? Do you want it to be elegant, or do you want it in a meeting form, or you want anyhow you want it? You can choose it. Let me just use the simple black, and then I'll just come to generate presentation. Okay, you see it prompts something here that the value must be greater than or equal to 6. That means that it can do 6 slides or more. So let's keep that in mind. Then we just click generate presentation. And let's hold on, we're generating your presentation about Chinese food culture. And there it is. There, and you can see as the slides generate. So as it has come, before anything, I'm not going to touch anything. We're not going to edit anything. I just want us to look at how it looks like. So I'll just come to present. Now, this is it. I said Chinese food culture, and it has given me a title, Flavors of Harmony, Exploring the Rich Tapestry of Chinese Food Culture. You can edit this and put whatever title that you want. Next slide, introduction to Chinese food culture. Chinese food culture is blah, 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 blah. There's a nice picture there. Talks about regional flavors and diversity. And you can see there are high quality images and then beautiful contrasty texts. And then this concludes. So in conclusion, the flavors of blah, 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 beautiful. And this And then there's even a concluded thank you. So now this is it. And you can choose to download it as a PDF, as a PPT, as an image, or you can share it anywhere that you want. You can share it anywhere that you want. For me, I don't need this PPT. Okay, but then let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to say. Now, if you want the whole PPT, then you'd have to pay for the premium. But then if you want the PDF, then you can get it for free. And there's something we can do with the PDF. There's a way to convert PDF to PPT. So even if you can't afford even if you can't afford that PPT, you can just download the PDF as it is, and then you convert it to PPT, and then you do all the other fine edits that you need to do, and then that is it. But then you can see from here that even with the premium subscription, it is just about $24 a year. Just about $24 a year, which is very, very affordable in my opinion. Now, let's just look at another thing. Assuming that you don't need, how do I say, like assuming that you don't need to have, you don't want a presentation that is starting from scratch, and that you want something with something that you already have. Maybe it's a you already have your materials, and then you just want a PPT from it. That also works. That also works. And with that, instead of this, we'll move to the next one. So please, if we have any questions from here, we can ask. If not, then we'll move to the next AI tool. If you have any questions, you can just unmute your mic and then say it, ask, or you can just type in the chat box on this particular slides go.
For now, there are no questions. It looks like you are doing an extremely good job. So everybody else is following. But then I'd like to quickly find out from you. Is it possible you can quickly take us through how to convert the PDF to PPT? Just briefly, so that if we don't want to pay for the premium service and we end up downloading the PDF, we'll know how to go about it. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. So, sorry, let me go back. So in
Enoch
this
has also
slide,
re-echoed my consent, so yeah, I think it's legitimate.
okay.
Yeah.
So in this slides go, there is this still at the top left corner. When you come to AI tools, there's this option to turn your AI PDF to PPT. So when you click on it, then you just, Mauli, if you're listening, take note of this one. So the PDF, you can see it here. If you have a PDF file, you can put it here. If you have text, you can also put it here. So let me find a random PPT PDF, and then let's upload it. Oh, yes. I just remembered something. I have a sample outline here. Yes. Good. So this one, I just want you to take a look at it. It is a sample PDF that I made. It's a sample outline. And I just put it in Chat GPT. That is one other thing too that we can do. If you have, there's one thing that we can do. If you have a text, you have written it down. It's a PDF, or maybe even it's a Word file. You can put that text into Chat GPT and then tell it to give you an outline in the form of a presentation. It will give you something like this. It will give you something like this. Something like this, which is basically a PPT outline of how a presentation might look like based on some text or some inputs that you have fed the algorithm. Now we are going to upload this sample outline into SlidesGo. And so you can just see it here like this. When you, for the benefit of anyone else who just joined, in SlidesGo, top left corner, AI to PDF, AI PDF to PPT. So you just upload or drop a file here. So I'm just going to upload this sample outline. So it will just take a few seconds.
I've been giggling here. I feel like we probably will not do much work when it comes to presentation. I mean, if ChatGPT is providing you with the outline and then SlidesGo is giving the presentation, I mean, your work is pretty much done, right? This is quite interesting.
Oh,
Thank you so much for that.
It gives you the time to pursue better things. It gives you the time to pursue higher things. Because now the things that used to take our time it's coming down. It's coming down. So as you can see here, it has finished uploading the sample. And then it will take us through that same steps that we did when we tried to generate a PPT with the prompt. So now it has the sample, which is the prompt in this case. So you select a style. This time, let me select this one, this futuristic background. And then I'll just click continue. And it has brought me here. It says review the outline and the slides. So based on the PPT that I fed it, it knows that it's putting the wildlife wonders of Africa in slide 1, it's putting introduction in slide 2, table of contents. It has broken everything down. You can see it on the left side of the screen here, on this side. So once you go through and everything is okay, then you continue. But then if it's not, you can add more things. Maybe here you can edit something, a glimpse into Africa's iconic animals. Maybe you can choose to add A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Maybe that's what you want to be in the slide. Or you want to add another slide. When you put the cursor in between two of the tiles, there will be a plus sign that will pop up. And then you can just click on it, and it has added a slide inside. And then you can put anything you want. Let me just say trial slide. And then the body is just content. And then we'll assume that, okay, everything else is fine. But then look at something here, something smart that it's doing. That table of contents slide, it is an active slide. So the more you are adding slides, the more it's updating. You see, I just put in trial slide and then it has updated it here. And there's lion and gorilla, everything is in there. So that is that. You have reviewed the outline, everything is okay for you. Then you just click continue.
A quick one. Edu has a question. So Edu, your concern, right, with regards to missing the initial steps in downloading the template, we would share the complete video after the presentation, so you should have everything from scratch. So don't worry about missing the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. So now this has been done based on the content you gave it and then the style that you chose. It has converted that PDF into a presentation, into a PPT. So you will find it in your downloads. Let me just re-download it for it. Yes. So that PPT that you gave it, it has converted it into PDF, and it has the text. It has just the text of the raw things that I put in. Just the text. So assuming that your PPT had images, then it would also pick it like that. But this one was a raw file, so and it's just converting it from PDF to PPT. So that is that.
And a quick one. There's a question from King. He wants to know if the free version is watermarked.
Some of them have watermarks. But then again, those watermarks are not so intrusive. So once you get the PPT, you can open it in PowerPoint and just throw something over it. Just pick some element and just cover it. And like you're good to go. So that is that for slides go. And I would want us to take a look at presentations.ai. Enoch, please come again.
I
Okay,
think
yes.
Enoch, was in response to King's question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You can make a simple design on the watermark. Perfect. Now, I would want us to look at presentations.ai. And for this, you'd also need to, well, you can choose to try for free, but then it's also important if you have the account, so that if you do anything, you still have it saved. Like I tried some 2 slides yesterday just to make sure that it works. So for this, it is also the same thing. It is also basically is the same way that we did the first one. Just that for this, on the home page, you would see these options already there. You will see 3. Start with a prompt, import documents or videos or links, and then beautify your PowerPoint slides. So that is the next step. I want us to start with a prompt. So it's the same thing. Prompt with a topic or idea. For this one, I want somebody to just quickly type something in the chat box, and then we'll use that to make the trial. We'll use that to do the trial. Just quickly, whoever is available, just whatever topic that comes to mind.
I mean, if you have a work you are going to present, you can quickly put that work here. We'll work on it for you. You're going to get a professional, help for free.
The very first one that would come, I'll just pick it. Okay, so it says the state of NUGS in China. The state of NUGS in China. So, personally, I do not know if I know that this one works with ChatGPT, but I don't know what information ChatGPT has on NUGS. So it might vary. That's also one other thing. when you're using prompts to generate PPTs, if they are not exactly like what Enoch has said, if it is something that is not already on the mainstream internet, you might not get enough information to generate a convincing PPT. But let's just try this.
If I could come in, yes, to make it a lot more elaborative, instead of using NUGS, you put the full name, National Union of Ghana Students, China. It would be able to get more, focused on the keywords like Ghana, like students, and like National Union and all that, which will make your PPT a lot better. So sometimes the words you use for your prompts too is very, very important. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. So, okay, we have, I've seen some other prompts. This one, you can try it when you get on your own later today. Today, we are using state of NUGS in NUGS-CHINA in China. So this is the prompt. And then we want 10 slides. The language is automatic. And as I mentioned, if it's on automatic, then it means it's English. So and here, assuming that you want something more to back it up, maybe you want the AI to search through some website, or you have an additional supporting document, or any other document that you'd want the AI to also look at in conjunction with your topic or your idea to come up with a better PPT, you can also do that. Those options are down here, as you can see, website URL, add a supporting document, and all that. But today, we're just using this as a test. So you put in your prompt, and then you click submit, and then you give it a few moments, and you can see it is generating content. It is generating content live. Yes. So you as you can see here, slide 1. Simon, can you please turn off your annotate? And just yes, thank you so much. Good. I think I'll use this spotlight. Is this more visible for you instead of the cursor?
It's okay, but if you could zoom in a little bit more so that we can see the words. Yes, this is perfect. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, so based on the prompt that we fed it, it has generated slides, and you can see that slide 1 is Introduction to NUGS-CHINA, and it talks about the National Union of Ghanaian Students serves as a representative body for Ghana students pursuing education in China, and then slide 2 talks about, it's a description. I don't know where it went to dig to find the statistics that 55% of Ghanaian students in China are undergraduates and 30% are, I don't know where I found this. But then if it's something that you are going to use in an actual presentation, then you'd have to fact check, because we learned 2 weeks ago that it can manufacture, these AI models can manufacture data that doesn't exist. Or like it picks data that is there and then it just bundles it in a way and gives you in a way that will be presentable but might not be accurate. So we should be taking note of that also. And then slide 3. So you can also see that it has generated content and it has organized everything. So from here you can edit it how you want. Maybe you don't want to add this workshop series, so you delete it, or you want to put something somewhere, or even you want to rearrange the slides. You can do that. You just grab this and then move it down or move it up, however that you want. Or you want to delete something, you can delete it. So this area gives you a general idea of the outline of your PPT. And in presentation AI, the slide stack, it calls it a deck, like a deck of cards. So basically, this is an outline of your deck. So now that you know, now the outline is okay for you, we'll come down here, the colors. The colors. What color scheme do you want? Do you want this type or this type, or like there are different kinds of color schemes that you can choose from depending on your personal taste. So let's just pick the first one, and then fonts. So there are dozens of font types that you can also select from here. And these fonts are ones that we already know. They already exist inside Office Word, and they are all available. So you pick the font type that you want. We'll just use the default one. And then you can even come to advanced settings. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can come to advanced settings, and here you can change the slide content density. The slide content density. So maybe you choose small or short points for a quick review, or you want medium with concise length, or you want large detailed paragraphs, ideal for standalone presentations. So based on how you want it, you can just choose it. So for this, let me just keep it on medium, which is the default, just so that we see how it looks like. So now that we have confirmed that everything regarding our outline for the deck is good enough, we just go to create presentation. And then just like that, literally just seconds, is just going to bring up everything. So just usually takes about 45 seconds to generate. And then the beautiful thing is you can see it as it's generating the images. You can just watch it. You can watch it generate the images. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So as you can see from here, it has been done. It has been done. Your presentation is ready. So before anything, let me just go to play slideshow. Let's just see how it looks like. Let's see how it looks like. So this is the state of NUGS, like National Union of Ghanaian Students. This is an overview of current status and activities in China. Then you just move to the next slide, and it talks about introduction to NUGS, the representative body, how it promotes unity amongst the members, all that information. You move to the next slide, and it's talking about membership demographics. Move to the next slide again, and it is talking about academic support and the programs that are available. And basically like this. And you can see that it uses AI generated, like a mixture of online images and AI generated tools. Mostly the AI tools are more. So just picks some random images and then puts them together as a presentation. It even talks about challenges faced by the stress and mental health concerns, and like basically it is making the presentation as interesting as possible. So now when you are happy with this, when you are happy with the way these slides have been presented here, then you can just go ahead and what is it? Here, one thing I want to show you here is that with the presentations AI, after you're done with everything, you can go ahead and remix it. Like over here at the lower right corner, there's a button called remix. And what this remix allows you to do is that you can play with the images. You can play with the positions of the images. Like this slide, like this, instead of this image being here, you can shift it to the left side. Or if an image is at the top, you can shift it to the bottom, or you can make it the entire background based on how you want it. Based on how you want it. based on how you want it. And it is for all the slides. So for every slide, there are options to have different ways of remixing it, different ways of changing the gallery, different ways of seeing what does what. So if you are okay with this presentation, then you can go ahead and share and export. But then the issue with this one is that it is not free for the PPT. Sometimes you will struggle to get, you need to, where is it? You need some points. You need some points to get the PPT. I think it's, yes, this is it. This is it. So when you get to the PPT side, they will tell you that upgrade, but then you can get the PDF and it's free. So basically, you just get a PDF and then go and convert, and then you're going your way. So one thing you realize here is that the PDF to PPT conversions are very important if you don't want to pay for the premium subscriptions so that you can download the PPTs directly from the source. You can just download the PDFs and then you open them in PPT and you'll be able to go ahead and then edit and then present how you want it. In some situations too, you can just download the PDF and present it. I've seen some people present PDFs in the way we present PPTs, and that also works. So that will depend on you. That will depend on you. So this is also it for the presentations AI, presentations.ai, presentations.ai. So that is it, starting with a prompt. Now, assuming you don't want to use a prompt, you already have your data. You already have some outline that you want to make a PPT of. You can feed it to this one. And this is this. So you just, instead of starting with a prompt, we use the second option, which is import documents, videos, or links. Now, with the videos, the smart thing is that you can give it a link to a YouTube video and it will make a PPT for you. So undergraduates, master's students, PhDs, all those video tutorials that you've been watching on YouTube, and then you have to, you play it and then you pause, then you go and come back, you play again, then you pause, then you go and come back, you play, you're trying to understand something, then you zone out, then the speaker has gone far, you have to come back again. You can just get that link and then give it to presentations.ai, and it is going to analyze the video and make a custom PPT for you that you can study at your own time. So that is also something very important that I want you to note so that you can take very, very good advantage of, take advantage of this one. So yes, moving on, browsing the file, we're going to use the same PPT outline that we had here. So we just give it that outline and then it will import the document. We are going to leave everything as it is. We're not changing anything, just click create presentation. Yes, King, I see your hand is up. You can go ahead and ask your questions. Sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I tried typing, but I think I need to say this one. So with the link, does it have let's say a maximum gigabyte or megabyte that it can take, or once it's a link, can just automatically just generate it, or it has a maximum? I'm talking about the size of the link.
For that, I do not know the exact limit, but then you can try it for yourself if you have a PPT. If you have a link, maybe any random YouTube video, you can just pick the link and then put it in there and then see how it will generate it. Maybe if there's time after here, we can try that also. And then Zach, I see that you mentioned, can slides go convert a video to PPT as well? As in the video format that already exists. There's an option like that, but then I do not know the exact limit of the video, whether the size or the length of the video that would work. But then after here, if there is time, we can try that also. So as I was saying, with the presentations.ai, I have given it, whilst I was answering King's question, it was generating a PPT for that PDF that I gave it. The PDF only had words, no images. It's just a blank, like just a raw one sheet outline. And this is what it has come up with. I just
interesting. So for this presentation.ai, it gave us images as well as text as compared to slides,
yes.
which give us only text. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in some sense,
exactly.
this does a lot more comprehensive job than slides go, if I may say so.
Yes. So this one gave images, and as usual, you can save this, you can convert it, and then edit it how you want. If you need to move, maybe you need to move something to somewhere, you can change it. Or maybe you don't like the position of this line, you can change the position, or you can zoom in or zoom out. However, you can play around with it. Basically, you can play around with it, and then get it how you want it. Then you can go ahead and export it.
Yes. So a question from, I don't know, I think it's, the name is iPhone. So iPhone wants to know, did it generate PPT or PDF?
Will the generated PPT or PDF have the watermark of the AI? Yes, because this is free, but we can cover it. An example, something like this. Like the only watermark here is this one down here, which says created using something presentations. So you can just cover it. It's just down there. It's very obscure. It's a very obscure watermark. They don't plaster it across the entire document and make it unusable. So that is one advantage we have for the presentations AI. Okay, Phoebe, we'll come there. We'll come there also. We'll come there. Or how to cover it. We'll come there. Now, the last one that I want us to look at, the last way to generate a PPT using presentations AI. Well, this one is not really generating a PPT. It's more like if you already have a PPT. So let me just, this one, you have a PPT, but then you want to add something to it. So you can do that. This one, it redesigns your PPT with AI. So it will just transform your slides. So if you have a PPT, but the limit is 10 megabytes. So just take note. Maybe you have an old PPT, or you made some PPT and you don't think it's nice enough, and you want to add. I wish I had a simple PPT too. Okay. Let me just give it some PPT that already exists, and let us see how it is going to do it. King, I see your hand is up. Is it an old hand?
I think he forgot to put it down the last time. Let me see if I can do something about it.
Okay. So with this, currently the software is, I'm importing the PPT that I already have into the presentations AI. It is taking a while. Papa Kwesi Mensah, currently what we're using is presentations.ai. presentation.ai. It is a web-based app. It is a web-based app. Yes. So moving on, if you give it an old PPT you have to beautify it, once it uploads it, it will give you the same prompts that it gave previously, how to edit it, the colors you want, the type of fonts you want. Just select all of that. And today I'm going to do something different. Let me pick a different language. Let me pick Chinese. I hope Chinese is yes, Chinese is available. So I have my English PPT and I want to beautify it and also make it Chinese. So let us see how the app will do it. Okay, so now this is one of the things. Now this is one of the things that we get roadblocks on. Let me zoom in. If you wanted to beautify your PPT, that one is part of the premium options. But then if you want to generate a PPT from a PDF or from a word prompt, then that is all free. I hope we have all taken note of that. Now we're done. We're done here with the basics of presentation.ai. We have learned how to generate a PPT with a prompt. We have learned how to generate a PPT by documents. Now, King and some other people asked if we can upload videos, and yes, we can. But then I would want to zoom in so that you look at something here. If you wanted to analyze a video or a web page or a blog post, you'd have to pay for the premium version. It is over here. You have that little pro tag next to it. Means that it is not free. So let us take note of that. Thank you. Please, are there any other questions on presentations.ai before we move on to the next one? Okay. None.
Sorry, I came late.
We'll move on to...
How can you download this presentation.ai? Sorry, I came late. I went for class.
There's no need to download it, sir. There's no need to download it. It is web-based. So just www.presentations.ai and it will take you there.
Okay.
Yes. You only need internet and that is it.
Okay. Good. Okay.
And then we'll come to gamma.app. And I saved this for last because in my experience, this has the best value in terms of features, and I would want us to look at it carefully. It is the same way that I mentioned initially. Papa Kwesi, yes, you're saying so you make the slides and upload it on presentation AI and it will be beautified. Yes, but then that is not the main function. That is just an auxiliary function of it. So I believe that after here, when you go back, when we upload the video and you watch it, you would understand from the beginning. The presentation AI, you can give it prompts and it will generate your PPT for you, or you can give it a PDF and it will generate your PPT for you. But then if you have an old PPT you made maybe with PowerPoint or another, and then you think it's not nice enough, you can also give it to it and it will beautify it. But then that one is not a free feature. Thank you. So moving on to the Gamma AI, this is how the homepage looks like. And you can create new AI, or you can start from blank, or you can import. So let us create new, starting from here. So you click on create new, and then it asks you, how would you like to get started? Do you have a text that you want to paste, or you want to generate from a prompt, or you want to import file or URL? let me pick a text. Let me find a text, and then okay, let me use my notes. Let me use some of my notes and then use it.
Is it possible you could give it a heading, like a title, like we did for the previous one in presentation.ai, that it generated all the slides and the overview and everything for us? Is it possible?
Yes, that is the option. That is the second option, which is generate from a prompt. That is the second option in the middle here. Let me zoom in a little bit. This second option, that is generate. So create from a one-line prompt in a few seconds. That is if you have no prior information on what you want to create the PPT on, and you only have the topic. But then if you already have, I wanted to start from here where you already have typed something and you want to generate with it. So you just paste whatever it is inside and then just like that. So once you paste it inside, how would you like to create this content? Do you want it to be a presentation? Do you want it to be in a web page style? Or you want it to be a document? So by default, I'm picking presentation. And it's even asking the page style. Do you want I think the default is the 3:4 aspect ratio. And then there's a traditional, it looks like the 16:9, and then the tall aspect ratio. So whichever one you want your PDF to, your PPT to appear, you can also set that from here. We're using the default for now, and then just click continue, and it is going to configure the prompt and generate an outline. Yes, so here you can see that the text content, do you want it to generate more from what you have? Or you want it to simplify what you already have and then make it concise and presentable? Or you want to preserve exactly what you gave it? So you see the options it gives you. So you can give it something scanty and ask it to add more. Or you can give it all you have and ask it to condense it for you. Or you can give it all you have and ask it to keep it how you want it. And then also the amount of text per card. Let me zoom in here. This on the left side, this amount of text per card basically is talking about the amount of text on the slide. In Gamma.app, they call a slide a card. So do you want it brief, you want it medium, or you want it detailed? And then this one, who are you writing it for? Based on the prompt I gave it, it has surmised that I'm doing the PPT for professionals and individuals who are interested in using AI-powered presentation tools. And that is right, because I copied it from my notes, the notes that I used to draft the presentation for this seminar. And then the tone, it has surmised from the tone that it's informative, it's objective, and it's balanced. And the output language, it's English. And then now the images. What kind of images do you want? You can choose automatic, or you can choose web images, or you can choose AI images. Now, with web images, it is not going to give you any AI-generated images. It will only pick pictures that it finds on the internet, where else is generating the PPT for you. Or you can choose AI images so that all the images in the PPT will be AI generated. That is up to you. Or you can choose automatic. And I believe automatic, it cycles, yes, it cycles between. So it picks based on the context. If the best image that it's getting is something that's already online, then it'll pick it. Or if the best image is getting is something that it can only generate by AI, then it also pick it. So you can choose to leave it on automatic, or you can choose AI images or web images based on how you want it. But generally, because of copyright infringements, it's best to leave it on AI images. But for this, it is just an example. So I'm just going to select automatic. Let it pick some from the web and let it pick some that are AI generated. As in, let it pick some from the web and let it also generate some. Sorry. And then the format, yes, we know the format is presentation. And also note that you can see from here the limit. If you're putting content that you have already typed, the limit is 5,000 words, which I believe is quite adequate. It's quite adequate. So now we have completed all the things that we need to complete. We have set up everything. And then the number of cards down here, number of cards means number of slides. So we're just choosing 8. You can select any number that you want based on your preference. And then you continue. Now, let us take note of something down here at the extreme lower left corner. There are some credits. With Gamma.app, I think you get 400 credits to start with. And I think it renews every month, I believe. But then for each PPT, it will cost you 40 credits. So if you're using Gamma.ai, I would suggest that make sure that the setup is good enough. Make sure that everything that you want has been stated and everything that you're hoping it will be has been well described so that you don't waste your credits. They are quite important. If not, if it runs out and you need some immediately, you would have to pay for a subscription. So you just go to continue and then give it some time and it is going to. So here it is telling me that this is a theme preview. So you can choose the different themes that you want. There are so many. There's dark, there's light, there's professional, there's colorful. You can also search for themes. And there are so many different themes under each genre. So you just say genre under each category. So you can choose so many. For this particular one, I'm going to pick something light. So okay, let me just use this one, soft cloud one. I like this color. So once you select the theme, it's giving you an idea of how it might look like, how the text might look like, so you can see it over there. And then you just click generate at the top right corner. That's purple generate button that is there. Once you click on this, you just wait a few minutes and it will generate it for you. Yes, and as usual, you can see it as it is generating. You can see it as it is creating the slides. And just watch it. Yes, it says your Gamma has finished generating. So let us go to the top right corner and hit present. Let us take a look at what it has given us. Based on the content, I just cropped some content and I gave it. And based on the content, it has decided to title it Potential Drawbacks and Limitations. And it has given me all of this. Let me go to the very top. Yes, and start from here. Yes. So based on the text I gave it, this is what it has generated. AI-powered presentation tools, revolutionizing slide creation. And It has done it very nicely. It has done it very nicely. And personally, I don't think I would even have been able to do it nice like this. And it is just so beautiful, and it's so clear, and all the PPT generation content that I talked about, all the do's and don'ts, all the key elements, you can see that everything has been applied here, and it is all automatic. It is all automatic. The images are high quality, the texts are clear and legible, they are evenly spaced, the running theme throughout is uniform, the animations are not jarring, and they are not excessive, and it is so nice, and it's so convenient. So now, if you are satisfied with the slides and how it appears, then you just come here. You can use this share button to share it to anybody through emails, or you can share the link with anybody, or you can export it. So when you click this export, there's an option to export to PDF, export to PowerPoint, and then export as image. So when you click export to PowerPoint, you just see it's the exporting PPTX. And after a few seconds, it will just automatically start downloading. Let me just give it a few. Yes. Yes. And as you can see here, it has downloaded it. It has downloaded it. Simple as that. Simple as that. And now this is the new PPT. This is it. And it is so seamless, and it's so hassle-free. It is so hassle-free. Let us hold on to this. Let us hold on to this slide. We'll come back to it. Let us go back to this. So the reason why I put Gamma AI on top as the best is because I mentioned it's because of the features. It's because of the features. For this one, it's the only one that is available that you can download the PPT itself directly for free. For the others, you can't download it for free. You'd have to pay a subscription, and unless you download the PDF. But this one, the PPT is available. The PPT is also available. And then now this is it. Now this is it. So what we just did, let me zoom in again. What we just did, it has been added to the work that I have done. And yes, Prince, after you export it, that's what I said. I mentioned that let's come back. After you export it, you can do everything with it, just like any other. Let me go back to it. Let me go back to Prince. Yes, you can edit it. So this is the work that I have exported, and all the elements in the slide are active elements. It's not like it exported the thing as images and it has just dropped them on some slides and saved it as a PPT. All the elements are active. So example, this image, if I don't like it, I can change it. Let me just, if I don't like this image, but it's inside my PPT, I can just right click it and then change it to something. And I just did. Maybe I don't want the title to be AI-powered presentation tools. I want it to be something. I can just change it. I can change the text. This thing that is here, like presented by Fareed Osman, whatever, I can just delete it. You can see here, made with Gamma. This one, this is the only one that you can't. This is more like a watermark. that you can't directly delete because it is baked into the background of the slide. But even with that, you can still clear it. You just where is it? You can just insert any shape. You can just insert any random shape and then just cover this gamma. And then you fill it. Where is it? Shape fill. Then you just fill it according to this background. And you remove the outline. Finish.
Come again, sir. Come again, sir.
Okay, so okay, sir. Assuming that you have exported a file from gamma.app, you've exported a PPT, and everything is fine. But the only problem is that you want to get rid of the watermark that is at the lower right corner of each slide. You can first you can just come to insert at the top right corner of your PPT. There's insert, and then there's shapes. So you just pick any random shape. For me, I'm just picking a rectangle. It will give you this icon. So you just drag that rectangle over the shape, over the thing you want to cover. This is Gamma AI thing. So you have covered it, right? But then the color is still the same. Like the color is different, so it will stand out. If you want to make it blend in, just change the color of the element that you dragged there. It is blue. We want it to be the same as the background of this slide. So we will come to shape fill. It is under shape format at the top here. So shape format, shape fill. And then come and look for this eyedropper. And this eyedropper allows you to pick the color of anything that you hover the mouse over. Anything that you hover the cursor over, it will pick that color and apply it to where you want it. So we want to shape fill to a color, but we're using the eyedropper. So once you use the eyedropper, it's the same color as this background. So you just click anywhere on it, and then it covers it up. But you can see that an outline of that shape still remains. So we just come to shape outline, right under the shape fill, where we filled it with the color that will blend in. And then we just come to no outline, and that is it. And it has disappeared, basically. So that is one way to do it. Another way too is to change the background entirely. You can choose to change the background entirely. That's the format background, and then just fill it with a solid color. Let me delete this one so that the edit will be apparent. So just solid fill, and then just change the color. Where is it? And then that's it. It just applies it. Or you can even set, yeah, the best way actually is just to cover it, just to cover that little watermark. That is the best way to do it. Just cover it. So Prince, yes, if you export the PPT from gamma.app, everything in the PPT is active and you can edit everything except the watermark that appears at the lower right corner. You can't edit it. You can't just directly delete it. So you can just cover it. Or like somebody mentioned up there, you can put some design to obscure it, and then you're good to go. You're good to go. So coming back to the Gamma AI, we have learned how to create a new PPT with a file. Maybe you have a PDF file, you have an outline and you want to generate. But then there is also the type that you just want to generate something from nothing. This one, you don't have anything at all. And assuming you just slept and you woke up and somebody said, oh, come and do a presentation on something. let me go back to the chat. I remember when I asked for suggestions, people said some things. Let me go and look for
so honorable speaker. So we had planned to end at 5:45. So I would like to find out the participant if it's okay and they would want to give you more time. For me, I'm enjoying the presentation and I don't want to see it to the end. But I don't know.
More time. We've given you more time.
Okay. It looks like they all want more time. So go ahead, take your time. Just take us through it as slowly as you can. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. So there was another prompt that I want us to use. It says the weather conditions of Harbin. I think someone confidence posted that. I think that was the second prompt. So we're going to use that to generate an entirely new PPT from Gamma app. So here, when you come to create with AI, you just come to generate. So once you click on it, it will just ask you here, what type of presentation? Do you want it as a web page or one presentation or document? So you want a presentation, then the cards. Here, the cards means the number of slides. Again, cards means number of slides. We've chosen 8 by default. We've chosen the default slide aspect ratio. So we just put that prompt in the weather conditions of Harbin, just like that. And that prompt will generate an outline for us. It is very similar to what presentations AI did, and very similar to what Slides Go also did. It will just generate content. So you can see from here the outline. The first one says the frigid wonders of Harbin. That is the title it has chosen, and it's apt. It's apt because this place is very cold, and talks about the climate, sub-zero temperatures, landscapes, snowfall, everything. And you can choose to add more slides if you have some information. If you've got maybe the outline has given you an inspiration, so you want to add more, you can add card, and then you can put in more details. So now that it has given you this outline, you know what roughly is going to be in each slide. If you do not like the order, you can move it around. You can shift it. Just move the mouse cursor onto where the slide number is. It will turn into an arm, a hand. It will change from a cursor to a hand. Then you just grab it and then drag it to wherever you want, whichever position you want. If you want to add more slides in between, if you hover the cursor in between two outlines, you get a plus icon there. Just click on it, and to create another slide in there, you put a slide title. So now what this is going to do is that it has given you the outline, but it hasn't generated the content yet. It is just showing you potentially the things that are going to appear on each slide. So you come down here and then you specify how much content do you want. Do you want it to be brief? Do you want it to be medium? Do you want it to be detailed? Let me choose detailed, just to show. And then here, the image source, again, if you want it automatic, it will pick from the web. And if it doesn't find a suitable one on the web, it will generate some with AI. Or you want it to pick from web only, no AI generated content. Or you want it to pick AI generated content. The last time we chose automatic, this time I'm just going to do web only. So all the images that are going to be in this PPT that's going to generate, it's not AI generated. They are all from something somebody has posted online already. Now, you can see here, image license. This is something that is also very important. You can ask it, because of copyright issues, it asks you whether you want all images. That means because you have chosen that you should pick the images because we've chosen it should pick images from the web only, it wants to confirm. It wants to confirm whether it can pick all images or it can only use images that are licensed to be used for free. Or you can also use images that are licensed to be used for commercial use or for personal use. So that is also very important to take note. For the sake of this one, I'm just going to keep it all images. There's even an advanced mode. Here, you will see that. Well, let me zoom out a little bit. In the advanced mode, you can change the here. Where is it? This default style, and then you can also see from here the how to give you some pro tips. I think from here it is telling us that it's using GPT. Yes. So let us go back to the simplified mode. Let's go back to the simplified mode. So everything is set. All images, web images. Then just click continue down there to generate. And as usual, it will bring you back here to pick the type of theme that you want. Just pick any theme at all and then click generate. And it will take about 45 seconds, maybe 30 to 45 seconds, and it will just generate. And as usual, you can see it as it generates the PPT right in front of your eyes. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. So you just have it here. And one thing that I would also want to mention, let us take note of this, is because we chose that the text should be detailed, it has removed pictures and added more text. So you can see here that each slide, even though it's still not crowded, but then there are less pictures because it's prioritizing text. It's prioritizing text. Now we would go back and generate another one again. Yes, so we are going back to prompt. That is, you can at the end of each PPT that's generated, if you want to do something else, you can just scroll down to the bottom and then you go back to the prompt that you started with. Or you can go to create something else and it will take you back to the beginning and then you use another prompt and then start again. This time I'm just going to change this. I'm just going to make this brief. The number of text per card, I'm just going to make it brief instead of detailed. And then I'll keep everything else the same. And then I'll just generate. Let me just generate. And this time you would see okay, let me just hold on. You would see that it has reduced the text and it has added more images because that is what we wanted. But then you can also see that because we chose web images, and it doesn't want to infringe upon people's copyrights by stealing pictures. The images here, maybe if I zoom in a little bit. Okay, let me zoom out. You can see that the images have watermarks because of the, like, it just wants to show the locations where it picked it from, the websites that it picked those images from. So they have watermarks. So personally, I would suggest that if you're using, you're setting the image generation options, leave it to AI. Just, if anything, you just leave it to AI, let it generate something. If it's not good enough for you, you can just download the PPT and then change those images by yourself. Just change those images by yourself. And that is it. And as usual, once you're okay with it, you just go to share, go to export, and then just download whichever version you want, whether it's PDF or PowerPoint or even an image. You download that and then you go your way. And we'll come back to the last one. That is import a file or URL. Import a file or URL. And here you can see that if you already have a file, you can upload it, whether it's a PDF, whether it's a PPT. If the file is in Google Drive, you can upload it. Or if you have something on a web page, you can upload it. But this one doesn't have that video to PPT capability like the slides go. So let's just try it here. Let's just upload something that has already been generated in the past. Let me use this. Yeah, it's taking a while to upload this one. What we're doing right now is uploading a PPT. We have already uploaded PDFs, and they are, it's very easy for it to work with PDFs. So we are uploading a PPT, and we'll see whether this one is also free or this one we have to pay for it. Just a few minutes, a few seconds, and it should be done. Yes, so the PPT has come. It has picked it, it has analyzed it, and then we want to generate. So based on the PPT that it picked, it has analyzed it and selected the outline. It has selected and analyzed the outline of it. And even the pictures that were in the PPT, it has picked it out. Let me open that PPT or that PPT originally and show you. Where is just a moment. Let me, what is this one? So I'm going to put them side by side. So this on the right side is the PPT that I already have, that I uploaded to Gamma AI to beautify it for me or to redo it. And it has analyzed it and picked out the contents. It knows that it knows that this slide talks about Africa's biodiversity and everything here in this slide. It has picked it and has even isolated the image. And it has done the same for all the other slides. For all the other slides. It has picked everything. It even picked the icons. This agility icon, this binoculars icon, this leaf icon, this scale icon. It has picked everything. So it has picked everything. So when I continue like this, and then decide, okay, let me change the theme and see what it generates, we will have a look at it. So we have learned here now that if you have an old PPT and you give it to this gamma.ai, it can still understand the content clearly. It can understand the images, the context in which you put the images, and the words that were associated with it, and it will generate your PPT again in a different theme. So this is it. Now it has created this PPT and it is different. It is different from my original one, but it's the same content. It's the same content, but it's different. It even added some comparisons that I didn't even do in my original one. Hello? Please.
Hello, sir.
Please, someone. Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, please. Sorry, sir. How did you transfer your old PPT to this? Then what if you have a customized background, PPT background that you wouldn't want to change? Can it also work?
If you have a customized PPT, okay, first of all, this PPT was uploaded. Let me go back to the home page. In Gamma AI, in the home page, when you come to create new, can you see from your end? Let me zoom in a little.
Yes.
If you come to create new, it gives you 3 options. 1, paste in text. That is, if you have text, maybe a page long text, maybe it's a paragraph, a write-up, basically. You can copy that write-up and paste in here, and it will analyze the write-up and use it to generate a PPT with appropriate pictures and appropriate organizations for you. 2, if you don't have a write-up, but you just have the idea, you can use this second option, which is generate. There, you just put in the prompt, some one-line prompt, and then it will generate an outline for you, ask for your feedback on how to improve it, and then use that outline to generate an entirely new PPT. And then the third option is what you are looking for, which is import file or URL. And in this situation, you can upload a file, as you can see here. So if you have your PPT that already exists, you can upload it. If it's a Word document, you can upload it. If it's a PDF, it will upload it. And we have seen here that it doesn't matter what it is, it can still analyze it and pick out the content and show you so that you can arrange it in a good outline and to generate an entirely new PPT for you. Now, to your question about changing the background, what I can say for now is that with this Gamma, when you upload an old PPT, it is not keeping any, how do I say, it is not keeping many of the graphical elements of the PPT. As we have noticed, it can pick out images. So it will isolate the images in your PPT. It will isolate the text. But for your background, what I would suggest is that if you want to maintain it, let your old PPT be there. when you generate this new PPT, you go and open it back in PowerPoint software, and then just replace that new PPT's background with the background of your old one, and you're good to go.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
You are the best.
So moving on, you can see from here that this PPT that it's generated, it is giving me some content that even my original one doesn't have. It is giving me some content that my original one doesn't have, but then it is not fake content. It is content that has been picked up, it has mixed and matched content from the old PPT into a new PPT. So it is just up to me to analyze it again, confirm that this new PPT still carries the same weight, it still carries the same target, it's still going to hit the same target audience as my old PPT, and I'm making sure that I am not deviating. Then I can save it and then move on. So that is that for this Gamma app AI. And then, yes, as usual, when you're done, you go to the top right corner, you click on share, and then export it as a PDF, export it as a PowerPoint, export it as an image, and to just download it for you, and you're gone. So that is it for Gamma AI. That is it for Gamma AI. So these are the 3 AI tools that I wanted to share. Wanted to share today with you. Let's go back here. Yes, so this has been it. We have learned today that time savings. These tools save you a lot of time. They enhance your design quality. They are very user-friendly, and they are very consistent in their designs. But then we have also learned that there's limited creativity in some aspects, and there are also customization limits, just like how somebody wants to keep his original slides background, but then he can't because of these issues. And then there's also data privacy concerns, assuming you have experimental data in whatever that you are feeding the slides, and you give it is out there, it is in their cloud, it's in their server somewhere, and anybody at all can have access to it and use it for things that you don't like. And then also, obviously, internet is required. So without internet, you will not be able to do this. But then again, I also want to mention one thing, that's in all of this, we have realized that Microsoft PowerPoint, the original PowerPoint that we know, it is still there. Once you export any of these PPTs, you will still need PowerPoint. You still need PowerPoint to be able to download and edit them properly to your taste. Yes, Confidence said now I can get unlimited templates. We will come there also, Confidence. We'll come there also. So for now, I just want us to let's do a quick recap. A quick recap. We have gone over the overview of slide making tools and some key elements that make a good slide. We have learned how to find resources from slide making, like resources for slide making, and how to use these resources. We have learned about what to do and what not to do when you're making presentations or when you are presenting anything to any audience, what to do, what not to do. We have learned that. And then we've also learned how to utilize AI tools to make an amazing PPT for ourselves. So this has been it. Thank you all so much for being an amazing audience. Thank you all for the interactions. Thank you for the questions. and all the feedback. You've been an amazing set of people. And there are resources available for graphic and image resources. If you want to download images, these are available, or you can use ChatGPT and let it generate images for you with some prompts. And for the AI-powered PPT generators, I have put them in the order like that. Gamma app obviously is going to help us the most. Slides Go is good. Presentations.ai is good. Canva also has an AI-powered PPT generator. And then there's magicslides.app also. And then for the more traditional of us, maybe you don't have the luxury of working with internet consistently. There are PPT templates and so many layouts that you can download. An example is PowerPointSchool.com. It's a very powerful website. It has so many templates. Slides Go, Slides Carnival, free PowerPoint templates. These are amazing. I think there's something in the chat box. Mauli is asking, what do we select if we are using it for academic work? What do we select when we're using it for academic work? Yes, thank you, Johnson. Johnson has responded, and I agree with him. I suggest that you go with professional. If there's no option for academic, go with professional. Also, I have realized that some schools or some departments may have they may have outlines. Maybe they already have a PPT template that you're supposed to follow. If that is there already, that's good for you. You don't have to stress. But then if you don't have a fixed template and there are no fixed guidelines to how you can make your PPTs, I suggest that use professional. Also, Mauli, please take note of this one. Take note of this one. www.powerpointschool.com, www.slidesgo.com. These places have amazing templates. Maybe if time. Okay, moderator, if you can just give me 5 minutes, I just want to quickly run through this one. You can download traditional PPT templates and then use them for your work if you decide to work offline. Just a few minutes. Just a few minutes.
Speaker. As long as the participants are cool with it, I don't have a problem at all. We are here for them, so.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just quickly go through this. I believe it will also answer your question, Mauli. Yes, this is PowerPointSchool.com. PowerPointSchool.com, and it has a lot of templates. It has a lot of templates that you can use for your PPT, and I wouldn't even know where to start. Because if you pick slides, there are presentations, there are animations, there are infographics, and it is basically up to you to decide. It's basically up to you to decide which type of slide would be good for you, which type of appearance you would like. And there are dozens of them. Same with slidesgo.com. Let me use that also. Slidesgo.com is that is where this one branches from. I think I mentioned that also in the beginning. When you go to templates, you can just find so many options there. And then there is slidescarnival.com. This is my personal favorite. It has a lot of slides, but then they are in different formats. So assuming you pick any random, let me just use school report. Let me just type in school report. And it just brings up tons of content, and you can choose whether. Let me zoom in on one. you can see the number of slides, the aspect ratio, and whether you want to download it in Canva, or you want to download it in Google Slides, or you want to download it in PowerPoint. So these are all available. These tools are all available for our use, and I would want us to keep taking advantage of it. Let's keep taking advantage of it. Yeah, and then one last thing I'd want to add is that if you use these ones in conjunction with ChatGPT, it will make your work very easy. That is, if you're not doing something highly technical. Because if you're doing something highly technical, ChatGPT might not know exactly what you want. And in extension, you might get garbage from the PPT generators. But then if it's not highly technical, you can just ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt. Or you can just write what you want, whether it's a technical report or it's a proposal or whatever it is. You can have it in a very nice PDF format, and then you give it to ChatGPT and ask it to give you a presentation outline. Just that, like, generate a presentation outline from this file. Just a simple prompt like that. And then, or you can choose to add maybe the number of slides, maybe generate a 20-slide presentation outline from this file. And then just click enter. It will analyze your file and then give you a detailed outline. And from that outline, just copy it directly and then give it to any of these AI-powered tools. Give it to Gamma AI, give it to Slides Go, give it to Presentations AI, give it to magicslides.app, and it will generate a very beautiful PPT for you. And the good thing is that if it generates the PPT and it is not exactly the content you want, you already have a very good base. You have a beautiful design, you have beautiful themes, and based on how it will generate it, you already know where to put images and where to change the text. So once you just export it into your PowerPoint, you can just easily replace images, can just adjust text, and then to save you a lot of time and still make sure that you have an amazing presentation that is going to blow everybody away when you present it. Thank you all so much for the time once again. My name is Fareed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. To be honest with you, I'm blown away. I mean, this is amazing. Looking at the kind of effort and stress we go through anytime we want to make a presentation, and you have really simplified it for us. I mean, to the point where we didn't do a lot to get a very good presentation. For me, I've been, hooked from the beginning to the end. I couldn't even take my eyes off the screen. And I would say, on behalf of the participants, on behalf of HICF, on behalf of NUGS-CHINA, I would say a very big thank you for providing us with this in-depth and this innovative approach to capturing our ideas and thoughts into a presentation. On this note, I would put in a quick announcement for all that are here. This is part of the series of academic activities and skills that we'll be sharing with you. The next one we are looking at, which will be in a week or two's time, we are going to look at data analysis with R. And I hope that as you've all joined and you've learned from this, I'm positive you are going to learn more as time goes on. And this is going to be just one or two of it. As time goes on, we are constantly going to have these seminars to help you scale up your thoughts and your ideas on how to successfully complete your project as well. So on this note, I would quickly add that we will share the slides and then the video of this presentation with you afterwards. And the link we are going to be sharing this on expires after 3 days. So we hope that once we share it, you take up the opportunity to download it as soon as possible before it gets deleted online. So on this note, once again, I'll say a very big thank you to you, Mr. Speaker, for this amazing presentation. I'm seriously blown away. And we hope that in the near future, if we call on you for other presentations, you would be here for us. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Can he share his email with us?
Speaker, they want to find out if you can share your email so they can, or maybe any contact they can contact you directly by. Or if you would want to add it to the slides later on that we are going to share to, that's fine. Oh, okay. So the email is in the chat. You can have a look and then quickly download it. Thank you once again for coming. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye-bye.
God bless you.